Yes, people, we're live and direct with the one and only Serani, okay? I'm looking forward to listening to this and having this great interview with him. So, of course, Serani, tell the listeners who you are, a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Craig Serani Marsh.
Yeah.
Musician, play off the piano. I fool around with the drums a bit. I'm one of the Jamaica's top producers from back in 2004, 5, 2003 probably too.
Okay.
Till now. Singer since 2007.
Yeah.
And ambassador to Jamaica.
For real, for real. But you know what? Tell us about this great journey because, I always am interested in how you kind of got into music, how it all began. How did it all kick off for you?
Well, musician from birth, had no love for anything else more than music, really. No stronger passion for another career. So it was inevitable for me to be a musician, a working musician,
Yeah.
In the piano since I was 2 years old.
Wow.
There was no other way. There's no way I could do anything else. You know what I mean? So I put myself in the business, and I was recognized by other very talented people. By the names, by the likes of Craig Left Side Parks.
Yeah.
O'Neill Elephant Brand. O'Neill Elephant Man Brand. And,
yeah.
A few others recognize my talent as a musician. They don't know what to shout out. Delano. You know what I mean?
For real.
Firelinks, and all the DJs that recognize my talent, all the selectors that recognize my talent. And, they just recognize the talent and help me find the path to success,
For real. But you know what I want to know about, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but the DASECA. Tell us about that.
David Serani, Craig. What you want me to tell you about it?
Well, what does it mean? What is, for the listeners out there who might not necessarily know who Serani is, and also the fans who might not know what it's all about, just a little something about it, why it was created and so forth.
Well, I guess it all started from me, for sure, because I wanted to be a producer.
Yeah.
At that time, about 18 years old.
Okay.
21 years ago. I was hanging out with David and Craig as friends.
Okay.
I used to go to school with Craig. David is Craig's brother. And I had the love for music. They did too. I also had the ability to make music. And I taught them, well, not initially. Yeah. But I was, it took time, but I taught them eventually how to produce and play the piano and whatever. And we decided to do the group.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
For real. But you know what? I know you've just said it casually, but you started the piano at 2. Come on. Like, people need to give you respect for that. For real. But who got you into that? Was it your mom, your dad, or did you just go to the piano? I need to go back to it.
It's just me.
Just you.
It's just me, but I can't really take all the credit. Where to say it's just me, because they didn't present a piano in front of me. They didn't say you need to go to music school but why I can't take all the credit is because music is in my blood.
Yeah.
Literally is in my blood. On my dad's side, there are so many incredibly talented musicians, but they never chose to create music like that. But there are a lot of singers in my family, a lot of musicians, all different kind of instruments. You'd be surprised to see how talented the family is, but we just never, not we, everybody else never took it to, career.
Yeah, for real.
But my passion for music is
Crazy.
ridiculous.
Yeah, for real. You know what? You can see that and you can hear that for real. And you know, when it comes to producing and also being an artist, tell the listeners, like, is there a difference? Is there a different hat on that you put on, or do you see it like all under one umbrella? How does it kind of work?
Well, where production is concerned, it is definitely, but again, when it comes out to both of them, it's definitely two different approaches.
Yeah.
No, in a sense, it's two different approaches because production, you literally have to think about, if it's just production, you have to think about how to get this particular artist to sound great.
Yeah.
And to make a hit. Whereas singing, I just need to write banging songs. Now, where Serani, the producer and the artist is concerned now, it's actually pretty amazing to me that I can do both.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes my life a lot easier in terms of, even if I'm not producing a track, even if I didn't make the beat for a particular track, I still can co-produce or direct the producer in ways to help the both of us create a hit.
Yeah, for real. Is it somewhat
you
kind
know,
of...
So
No, I was just going to say, is it somewhat kind of, I was going to say a little bit easier because you can understand the producer's perspective, you can kind of come at it a lot easier?
Hear what? I don't want to use that word.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was reluctant, because it's not easy, but I know, you know what I mean.
Making hits is certainly not as easy as people think.
For real.
You know, but I mean, what I would say is I have a slight edge.
Okay, all right.
Over other artists that can't produce.
For real. You know what? I'm gonna nick that word. Edge is a lot better. For real, it's a lot better. So you know, when you've produced for like so many great artists like Busy Signal, Vibes Cartel, Bounty Killer. When those artists come
Movado.
Movado as well. When those artists come to you, are you a little bit nervous, or do you just show them your talent?
Well, my talent speaks for itself.
For real.
I don't get nervous. I work well under pressure.
Okay.
That's why I could be a performing artist.
For real.
Because hold on, all you're telling me to do right now is what I'm good at.
Yeah. For real.
And I just put finger to keys.
Wow.
Or vocal to voice box, you know?
Wow, for real.
Talk off one.
So look, let's talk about some of the songs and some of the hits that you have done with like so many different artists as well. And I want to talk about the song Dying. You were featured on Movado's album, Gangster for Life. Tell us about that and the relationship with you and Movado and how it came about.
All right, so as usual, back in 2006, I wake up, whenever it is that I wake up, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I don't know, midday. Take a shower, get some food, go to the studio by myself.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be at the studio at midday. So I just went to work.
Okay.
Normal day, making beats. No intention of being an artist whatsoever. I made a beat. I went in the voice room because there was no other artist there. I wanted to do something like, you remember, boy, oh boy,
yes.
Yeah. I wanted to do something like that where they sample an original song from the past, you know?
Yeah.
But I didn't like the idea of sampling because, you know, you're going to have to get clearance and all of that. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna create my own sample.
Okay, I like that.
So I looked around in the studio. There was no artist there to help me create a sample. So I went to the booth. No, as a musician, I know keys. So even though I may not be able to deliver it perfectly, you know, I can do it 100 times until I get it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's mad.
So I created the sample. I made over another beat to go around the sample, and then I sat down and I listened to it, and the sound of it, the beat, the vocal.
Yeah.
This is before Movado or anything. The chorus and the vocal from the chorus and the beat, it pierced my soul.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just knew right away that I had to have Movado on that track.
Okay. So did you know Movado beforehand?
Yeah, man. That wasn't the first song he got. I gave Movado his first hit song. With the production of Anger Management.
Okay.
And I'm proud to say, because Movado is actually my favorite dancehall artist.
Yeah, man. Big up Movado. Big him up. So, you know,
yeah, man, straight.
When it comes to that and you're making hit songs, like, what is the formula? How does it kind of work? What is it like in the engine room of the kind of studio? How does it go?
It all depends on the day, depends on the vibe. So, for example, when Bugle came to me, he came to me with a song.
Okay.
You know, which was Exercise.
Yeah.
Exercise every day. So I made a beat on the spot for the song.
Okay. Wow.
Now, in other cases, if I'm just there chilling, not doing anything, but I'm gonna work, I'm gonna just make a beat.
Okay.
This is what I used to do when I was just a producer.
Wow.
So, you know, the main thing for every day would be make beats. Make beats.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Right. So, for example, Movado, Heartbeat.
Yeah.
He just heard the beat and sang the song. He did the same with Dying.
Okay.
He just heard the beat and the chorus and he just sang.
Yeah. Wow. You know what? Lots of listeners are going to be listening in and saying to themselves, it sounds easy. But I know for a fact it's not that easy. the way you're saying it sounds so easy, but it's not that easy, people.
Not at all.
Not at all, definitely. And then, you know, how did you kind of link up with Sean Paul? How did that kind of relationship happen?
Sean Paul?
Yeah.
Was really through Jeremy Harding.
Okay.
I introduced myself to Jeremy at some point years ago. Like probably 20 years ago.
Wow. And
we just met Sean there. Jeremy introduced us to Sean. I remember the day. I remember the introduction and everything.
Okay.
Jeremy and Sean, well, more Jeremy was amazed by what I was doing with a little keyboard.
Wow, it's mad.
Like a toy keyboard, you know?
Wow.
So he believed in me and he introduced me to a lot of people. That was at his studio that he was close to.
Yeah.
So like the entire Dirty Cup crew, pretty much the radio DJs and stuff, you know.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And eventually, maybe like 4 years later, 3 years later, I ended up co-producing We Be Burning, Not Concerning What Nobody Want, you know?
Yeah.
And that was with Delano. Delano brought me in on that project. And, yo, Sean is big, bro, yo. Sean Paul, pick up yourself anyway you do, my brother.
Definitely. And then, you know, lots of people will know you for the song No Games. And of course, we want to know, how did that song come about? And of course, is it a real song? You know, are you speaking to a woman there?
Yeah, I was actually speaking to one of my exes
Okay.
them long times. Don't tell her I said that. I also saw the movie with Maurice Chestnut and Vivica Fox.
Okay.
Two can play that game.
Yeah.
So it all made sense. I was like, okay, nah, it's official. I have to make a song called No Games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I heard the beat, due to the fact that I'm melody driven,
yeah,
I couldn't find anything on the beat. So I went on the keyboard, added some chords and bass and the phrase, and I came up with a chorus.
Yeah.
Thinking about, I was like, yo, remember he said he wanted to sing a song about no games. And I just came up with it. Like I was struggling before I played the keys on the beat.
Okay.
And the second I did the additions or whatever, I came up with the chorus immediately, went home smiling, and wrote the rest of the song the next day and recorded it.
For real. And did you?
And it was the same day I recorded No Games, which was the following day.
Yeah.
I wrote and recorded Romance for Finley Records.
Okay. Wow. And so, you know, when those songs come out, and in particular No Games, did you think, yeah, this is a hit?
I definitely knew that was a hit, but I didn't know it would have been a classic. I would never have been able. And no, you see, people think hits just happen, right? No, first things first, fans have to be infatuated with you.
Yeah.
For you to be rolling out hits like that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, a lot of people have really good songs, you know, and nobody know about them, but people have to know about you before they can even.
Yeah.
They have to hear this one song. It has to get out there, you know, and then people become infatuated with the new idea of this new artist with a new song.
Yeah.
Right.
For real.
Or you stay relevant in the game. You constantly have to intrigue people.
Yeah.
You have to be intriguing to the masses.
For real. Yeah, definitely.
Or just happen to find the most amazing song by luck. One DJ that's really big plays it, and then everybody follows.
Yeah. But you as an artist, do you think that can be a little bit of kind of damaging to some artists? You know, they might get a hit or whatever, and then they've got to keep on. Do you think that's why sometimes some artists stray, and they might do something completely, I want to say, a bit random and stuff like that? Do you think that's the reason why?
Because of what I just said?
Not just what you said.
Because of being intriguing?
Yes. So, of course, they're trying to keep up with the trends, keep trying to be intriguing. So sometimes they might go completely in a different direction, a different way, and then it's just like, whoa.
Not expecting that from you, buddy.
Literally.
No doubt, of course. Of course, it's easy to get drawn out, but it's pointless. It's pointless to me. So I stick with what people expect of me.
Okay.
But still try to reinvent myself.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
You know, with new melodies, new topics. You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, just don't stray too far.
Definitely.
Don't stray too far with production. Don't stray too far with melodies and lyrics.
For real. And then, what did it feel like that Eminem sampled your song? What did that feel like?
I mean, it's a big deal, but I don't really get like super excited about things like that. I'll move on from it. Like, you have that question, I'm not even thinking about Eminem right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can tell you, I still do have good, solid description of my feelings.
Okay.
No, Eminem to me is the best lyricist in the rap game ever. To me. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
So, of course, it's like Vibes Cartel. Eminem having anything to do with my music is like Vibes Cartel.
Yeah.
You know, best lyricist respects what you do. Yeah. To me, those are the two best lyricists in the world ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For real.
So when guys like that respect your talent, then it means a lot. You know you're doing something right. But at the end of the day, for me, I'm like, yo, wow, that's cool. And then I forget about it after, you know, because I'm still looking forward, pushing forward.
For real. And then, you know, I want you to tell us a little something about the smash rhythm and kind of how that came about.
Simple, super hype, wanted something fast, party vibe, with a little slight hint of a soca mix, but dancehall.
Yeah.
So I made it. Like 15 minutes.
Wow, okay. You know what, Serani, yeah? You make it all sound so easy. What's that all about?
Making beats is easy.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah.
But it's not every beat I make is a hit.
Yeah.
You know? So, yes, it's easy to make a beat.
Yeah.
It's not every time you have the right timing.
Okay.
Like, one of my favorite songs I thought would have been big was T-Pain and Ludacris.
Yeah.
Chopped and Screwed.
Yeah.
But guess what? That song was way ahead of its time.
For real.
But it's bad timing. The song is amazing. I still have that song in my phone up to this day. You know, the song is amazing. The creativity is next level. The beat is amazing. T-Pain is always dope on the track.
Yeah.
Luda obviously is a serial killer with lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the song was dope, but was it the biggest hit? Nah. Was it? I'm not even sure if it was a hit. I don't even think it was a hit. And T-Pain is one of my favorite artists ever in the hip hop game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. So would you do you think you'd do a remix and then it might become a hit?
No, I'm too creative.
Yeah, true.
I don't like sampling.
Okay.
To me, it's the meaning. I have one song that I want to sing over.
Yeah.
One. And I haven't looked at it, and I'm far from looking at it. I'll probably just do it for fun. Who knows? But I'm way too creative to no. I won't be that guy.
You won't be that guy.
No.
So you know,
my manager been trying to get me to do that since the inception of my career.
Nah, you're not feeling it. So, who inspires you? Who do you kind of look up to?
I look up to a lot of people.
Okay.
But I would say as an artist, this interview sounds heavily production based.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just trying to figure out inspiration from what? Producer or artist?
You know what? Let's go with both.
Yeah, the producer part.
Let's go with both. No, you know what it is? I'm interested in as you as a person. I know you're a great artist, but I know you do other different bits as well, producing and so on, but the listeners might not know. So I always try my best to find out something different that the listeners might not know about you, and that way they can get to know a bit more about you.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So biggest inspiration, I'll name a few as producer. Swiss Beats was maybe the strongest influence. Because when I started making beats, I was imitating his style.
Okay.
Learning how to make beats, you know? And biggest influence for more than just the music itself, but he was so young. I started making beats around the time that he was on top with DMX.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. He was only 18.
Yeah. Amazing.
And I was 15.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, this guy, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, no, there's Dave Kelly, there's Tony Kelly, there's Jeremy Hardin, and Steely and Clevie, Sly and Robbie.
Yeah.
That's for production. For artists, number one influence would have been Tracy Chapman.
Okay. Wow.
Grown up listening to her big album from boy days.
Yeah.
Like 5 to 7 years old.
Mad.
You know, my dad would play her record on the turntable and his sound system in the TV room. And when he would go to the country for work in the week, that would be the only record I played.
Wow.
I like no other artist but Tracy Chapman.
Okay.
From his collection, you know.
For real.
So my singing style has a lot to do with her style.
Okay. Nice.
No, the rest of it has, I would say, you know, there's a big R&B singer that I don't think I should call his name.
Okay, I know what you mean. I can tell.
It's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because brother is so talented. And the entire R&B game follows him.
Yeah, true.
Even down to my boy T-Pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even Dream back in them times when they were on top.
Yeah.
Like all I'm hearing is you know.
Yeah. You almost said it.
Almost.
You know what though? People still play his tunes now because you know they are hits. People still play them.
A lot of people are upset. Even my girlfriend is upset.
Yeah, true.
Like I totally understand because anyway. Yeah. Anyhow, so where Jamaica is concerned, a lot of names. And you might be surprised I'm a singer, but Bounty Killer.
Yeah,
Beanie Man.
Yeah, man.
Came to that. Sizzler.
Yeah.
Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah, man.
Obviously Bob Marley. You know, and you know, even though Busy Signal and Agent Sasko are my peers, I'm influenced by them as well.
Yeah, for real.
You know, they came out before me as artists and I admired what they did and I still do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so my best inspirations come from all these guys, even Buju Banton as well. You know?
Yeah.
And when I say even, it doesn't mean that he's less, obviously, to the name, but it's just that I'm a singer.
Yeah.
And Buju is a DJ, you know? So,
for real.
But I take inspiration and I get inspiration from all of these guys.
Yeah.
You know, none more than the other. Just I take bits and pieces from what I've learned while I was in a band playing for all of these guys.
Yeah.
I was learning and studying, not knowing that I was going to be an artist, but that, you know, I would see things in them. And when I decided to be an artist, then automatically I knew what I would take.
Yeah.
Which bits and pieces I would take from them without anybody ever noticing.
Okay. So, do you know, the next question is, what kind of bits and pieces were you taking?
Good example. Well, sorry, I don't know if I mentioned Elephant Man.
Yeah, you did. You did mention it. Yeah.
No, but in terms of more inspiration, artist-wise, did I say earlier? I don't think so.
No.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Elephant Man and Cape Button.
Yeah.
Energy.
Okay. Yeah.
On stage. Busy Signal as well. Energy on stage. Bounty Killer for his clever ways to introduce songs on stage.
Okay. Yeah, true.
Beanie Man for the importance of singing girl songs and the way he sang them.
Yeah.
You know, he uses a lot of melody, even though he's a DJ.
He does.
Sometimes he could come across as a singer.
Yeah.
Capleton, that as well.
Yeah. For real.
Sizzler for the girls. Wayne Wonder. Sorry, I can't leave off Wayne Wonder. Same, doing R&B on dancehall tracks. That's like, so when he did No Letting Go, he paved the way for me to the No Games.
Okay. Wow. Big him up.
Straight.
Yeah.
How could I leave out Tonto Metro Devante and Pliers?
Yeah.
From Shaka Demos and Pliers.
Okay.
It's big motivation, big inspiration,
Yeah.
Barrington Levy, like,
Yeah.
there's so many inspirational artists for me, yo.
Yeah, for real. So, with that being said, and, there seems to be like a little bit of people are calling it neo-reggae, that kind of shift with the newest kind of artists up and coming. And I wanted to know what you thought about it, and do you like it?
So it's like what, neo-soul mixed with reggae?
No, so it's, I don't know why it's called neo-reggae necessarily.
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was like hip-hop and like a reggae.
I can see why they want to call it neo-soul reggae.
Okay.
Because it has an underground feel. It's not so bright. It's not rubber dub.
Yeah.
It's not really like hip hop. Hip hop don't, it's not like hip hop doesn't sound like that either.
Yeah.
So it's probably more a mixture of neo soul hip hop. When neo soul goes hip hop vibe.
Yeah.
But with some sweet, sexy chords, and you're just not gonna hear that in hip hop.
Yeah.
Mixed with reggae.
Yeah.
And our accent and our struggles and our love.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. My album is actually probably that. I have an album that that's just about done.
Okay.
That's pretty much neo reggae, if that's what it's called for real, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you gotta tell the listeners about this album. Come on, let's go. The name, everything.
That bad girl right there.
Yeah.
You see that piano?
Yeah.
Yeah. The album is me and the piano and my band.
Okay, nice. Wow.
Like a live album.
Yeah.
And it also features Bounty Killer.
Okay.
Agent Sasko.
Okay.
Upcoming artist Tosh.
Yes.
Tosh Alexander.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So I think it's my best work yet. Like compilation.
Okay.
And it's gonna be entitled Love on the Keys.
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
So I play the piano on every track.
Okay, that's cool, man. I like that. I like that kind of energy already. And I seen when you lifted up the camera, I seen that you had, the legendary Miss Lauryn Hill. So what's going on there?
Big inspiration too.
For real.
Like that's a record. I don't even have a record player. I'm gonna probably frame that album.
Yeah, but that's a lot of people see the miseducation of Lauryn Hill as one of her best pieces of work, and it's a
no joke.
It's a bad,
one of the best pieces of work ever.
Yeah, it's a bad album. It's a bad album. It's so good. Definitely. But lots of people, when I was saying I'm doing this interview with you, asked me, what would your advice be to young people up and coming who either want to be a producer, artist, creative? What would you say to them?
Same thing I always say. If you have the talent,
yeah,
work hard. Don't work stupid.
Yeah.
Do the right work. Figure out what the right work is.
Yeah.
And just get going. No joke. No sleep. Like it's sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Long hours. Get the work in. Do it. You must make it if you have the talent.
Okay.
Can't be lazy.
Yeah.
You gotta park all them PlayStation crap. I ain't got no time for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. Definitely.
I did that early. I did that when I was like 18. I quit all them games and stuff.
Yeah. We've been going through, I suppose people call it a very difficult time, you know, with COVID. We've had, you know, the incident with George Floyd. And I wanted to know kind of like your thoughts and feelings about it, what you've been up to. Tell the listeners out there.
Well, COVID gave me the album.
Okay.
So, I started playing piano, as I said, at 2. Started singing at 25. So I never fully merged playing and singing up until last year.
Yeah. Wow.
And I've always dreamed of performing and doing shows mainly with my band.
Okay.
But so far it's been mainly with my DJ.
Okay. Okay.
So COVID now has allowed me to work on my craft, you know, merge the two abilities.
Yeah.
And go right back to what I was doing before, trying to make hits.
For real. And how did you find it? How did you find that merging? Did you find it easy, hard, in between?
It's way harder than just making beats.
Yeah.
You have to, first things first, I had to become a manager. I had to manage my band.
Okay.
You know, try to get 8 people to a studio at one particular time in Jamaica where we don't respect time is like ridiculously hard to do.
Yeah. Wow.
You have to arrange meals, you know, make sure everybody is satisfied. You know, you have to pay them.
Yeah.
You know, like, So it taught me a lot. And, you know, it's kind of humbling too.
Yeah.
You know, because I never really had to make that kind of effort before.
For real. But, you know, at least you got another opportunity, you know, to see the other side, I suppose, of managing and so forth. So that's another lesson.
I mean, it's not anything I couldn't handle, really. It's just I had to handle it.
Yeah, for real.
You know? So that means I'd have to always be on top of messages, you know, keeping people up to date, you know, not keeping people happy, keeping my band members happy, because an unhappy worker doesn't perform the right way, you know what I mean, in any business. So, so that was that, and then time is limited. In studio, you don't want to spend a ton of money booking a studio to record live drums and live instruments. But you kind of need the band together so you can feel it. So everybody can, you know, you don't want to just get the drums here and then do everything later. No, we all need to play together. You know, some musicians may come to my studio and re-record, you know, but when we play together, it's a vibe.
Yeah.
You know? But it is a long process. Way longer than a track, a beat.
Yeah.
Way longer.
For real.
I have tracks with 15 musicians.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. But you know what, though? It gives an insight to the listeners out there, you know, kind of how much hard work that you guys put into a piece of music, an album. Because the thing is, we are kind of like the consumers, I suppose, and the listeners out there only hear the end piece. So that's why it's always important for me to kind of say, look, this is what an artist really does and what it has to do and everything else. So it's a blessing that you've been able to kind of share that with the listeners, for real.
Yeah.
You know what?
I appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to when lockdown's all done and everything. You know, I can see you on a stage with a piano. I can see that.
I can't wait.
I can't wait for that. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait. Trust me.
You know what? It can be like the male version of Alicia Keys. What do you reckon?
How about just John Legend?
Okay. Alicia Keys is one of my favorite, man. Come on.
I got you. No, what? I love Alicia, but she a girl. I'm a dude,
Yeah, that's why I said male version.
I'm just pulling your leg.
That's funny. So I know about the album, but what's next? What else have you got in the pipeline for the listeners out there?
Well, I got a few albums.
Okay.
But what's next is the live album.
Yeah.
I have another album which would be more what you're used to.
Okay.
From me. And I have a mixtape that's just fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I recently released, well, not so recent. In February, I released a single called "Somewhere in Jamaica."
Yeah.
So that song is kind of showing Jamaica on a lighter note, on a a more happier note.
Okay.
Which a lot of people, unless you've seen a tourism ad.
Yeah.
You end up just hearing a lot of bad about Jamaica. So I thought it would be a good way to represent Jamaica, in a good light,
Yeah, for real. Big up Jamaica.
So I speak about Portland. Oh, the song features a good friend of mine, Duke.
Okay.
That is actually the first song he's professionally been on.
Nice. I like that.
Right. So he has a separate career.
Okay. Okay.
And but he grew up in Florida, and he lives here. Been living here for the past 10 years.
Okay.
Jamaican background, second generation.
Yeah.
But so he brought an outlook from a second generation.
Yeah, perspective.
Jamaican,
Yeah.
American, but grew up coming here and stuff.
Yeah.
So he brought a nice outlook in his verse.
Okay. Anything in there about Westmoreland? That's where my family's from.
Where?
Westmoreland. Anything about it there?
I don't think I mentioned Westmoreland in the song. To be honest, but the song is only 3 minutes and some seconds, so there's literally not enough time, and I really wanted to speak about Negril, and I didn't, and it pains me, but it's okay. Negril knows I love Negril.
Yeah, you know what? There's always time for part 2.
There you go.
There you go. So, with that being said, what else do you like to do outside of kind of beats, music? What else does Serani get up to?
You know what? I love family.
Yeah, nice.
I love all of my friends. So when I'm not working, I like to go somewhere in Jamaica.
Okay. With a big smile on your face.
Family and friends,
Yeah, man, definitely. I thought you were gonna say something like reading, jogging.
Hate reading. I can't focus reading.
Okay.
At all. I get my information through audio or visual.
Okay, that's all right.
That's how I learned. I can't sit down and read. I'll end up reading one paragraph 100 times and then move on.
That's all right. That's okay. So you know what?
I'm that guy that's going to be watching a movie.
Yeah.
And rewind. Say, hold on, what did you just say?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
So you know what?
If I knew the people at the theater, I would pull up some parts too.
That's mad. So with the music at the moment, what songs are you listening to? So when you turn on your phone and your speaker, who have you got playing?
Well, Taurus Riley, Superman, sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta check my phone. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so there's a girl named Aya Nakamura
Okay.
that sings a song called Jaja.
Nice.
There's a song called Dream Girl from Air Size
Okay.
and Raul Alejandro.
Nice.
Jerusalema,
Yeah,
of course.
of course.
Secret, Serani, Burner Boy.
Of course. Of course.
Afrobeat,
Yeah.
Joanna.
Yeah.
I like the version with Ozuna.
Okay.
Wizkid, I like Coffee Lockdown,
Yeah.
Lila Ike, I Spy.
Yeah.
Oh, how could I forget my favorite song? Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak.
Okay.
Leave the door open.
Yes. Okay. That's quite an eclectic taste. You have a very eclectic taste. Different flavors, different styles going on there.
I just love music, girl.
Yeah, man. I like that. I like it. I'm listening. I'm thinking, okay, I might nick some of your playlist there. So, you know, for all the listeners, all the fans out there, what would you like to say to them?
I'm back.
You know what? You gotta say that again.
I'm back.
Crazy. So, you know, I've got a little challenge for you. Gotta give a little challenge to Serani. Yeah? See if you can put my name in any of your tunes that you want to say.
Which name do I use?
My name's DJKat.
DJKat?
Yeah.
Are you quietly having me make a doublet right now?
Nah, come on.
It's DJKat, just in case you never know. Hey, DJKat run the show. Hey, love you, girl. Do you feel the same? I don't wanna play games. Hey, no games. You're the only one that can off my flame. Baby, just stay straight. No games. Yeah.
What? That wasn't even a challenge, man. You know what? What a blessing.
Man.
You know what, Serani? It's been a blessing to speak with you, for real. And you could just feel the energy and the vibes coming through the phone. And I appreciate, you know, your time and your love and the energy. And you know, yeah, man, it's been a blessing. Thank you.
All right, thank you. The
Anytime.
pleasure is definitely mine. I appreciate you.
Anytime. And of course, your new album, anything like that you want passing through, definitely send it my way and I'll share it out for you.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Have a good evening and great weekend.
You too.